Peter Baida's A Nurse's Story, which won the O. Henry Award in 1999, showcases the author's experience working at the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York City. Baida held various administrative roles during his tenure at the center, but he also delved into writing, producing business self-help books, articles, and short stories. His collection of short stories, including A Nurse's Story, was published in 2001, 2 years after his passing. The story revolves around Mary McDonald, an elderly nurse suffering from cancer, who currently resides at the Booth-Tiessler Geriatric Center. Despite her physical deterioration, Mary remains mentally sharp, acutely aware of her pain and its implications. Despite her impending death, she is determined to discuss working conditions and the importance of unionization with Eunice Barnacle, the nurse responsible for her care. Mary played a significant role in establishing a nurses' union in New York during the 1960s and wishes to emphasize its value to new nurses like Eunice, who display reluctance towards unionizing. When Eunice enters Mary's room, she recounts a case from 40 years ago involving a patient named Ida Peterson. Ida had a tumor in her neck that caused an arterial rupture, leading to a significant amount of blood. Despite the shock of the situation, Mary remembered Ida's desire for a medically unassisted death, with her husband by her side. Instead of rushing to intervene, Mary respected Ida's wishes and allowed her to pass away on her own terms. This particular incident had a profound impact on Mary's perspective on dying and the importance of preserving the dignity of individual patients. Following the poignant story, Mary and Eunice resume their discussion about working conditions. Eunice expresses newfound curiosity about the nurses' union that Mary helped establish, despite previously showing little interest in the topic. Within the narrative, Mary reflects on the historical significance of her surroundings, specifically the namesakes of her nursing college and the hospital where she currently resides. These prominent families have played a defining role in shaping the area's history. Mary reminisces about her former colleague, Clarice Hunter, whose inspiration led her to initiate the union. Clarice emphasized the value of their work and encouraged Mary to demand recognition from others. After an exhausting shift, the two decided to organize for better wages and job security. Mary quickly gained the respect of her fellow nurses and became instrumental in building the movement within the hospital. She emerged as a spokesperson and led them in a strike that lasted 6 months, despite resistance from the hospital administration. Some members of the community showed support for the nurses during this time. Interestingly, Richard Dill, the newspaper reporter who covered the strikes, now resides in the same geriatric center as Mary. Sister Rose, the hospital administrator, resisted meeting the strikers' demands, fearing negative consequences for the hospital and its ability to provide care. In response, Mary appealed to the Catholic Board of Directors overseeing the hospital chain, leading to their intervention and assistance in negotiations. Eventually, some of the nurses' demands were met, prompting their agreement to return to work. Although moved by Mary's story, Eunice remains skeptical due to personal family issues that discourage her from engaging in labor disputes. She moved to the area to be closer to her incarcerated mother, who was convicted of murdering her abusive partner. Eunice also questions the long-term impact of the strike, considering Mary's current state of declining health. Prior to her passing, Mary expresses a desire to revisit the hospital where she worked. 3 days before her death, she fulfills this wish, and afterward, numerous people in town, including the embalmer who prepares her body, share stories of the exceptional care she provided to their loved ones. Local business owners also express admiration for Mary's efforts, but secretly feel relieved that her union activities no longer pose a threat to their profit-maximizing endeavors. Roger Dill, the son of the reporter who covered the strikes, takes on the task of writing Mary's obituary. Inspired by Mary's legacy, Eunice takes up the mantle and continues advocating for fair treatment of nurses. She engages in discussions with younger nurses and the hospital administration to explore the possibility of forming a union. During Mary's final moments, Sister Rosa pays her a visit, offering reassurance that her fight for fair working conditions was the right path to take. Sister Rosa acknowledges the importance of fairness and recognizing the value of each individual within the system. Mary's children gather by her side for a final farewell. With her passing, she is reunited with her husband in the afterlife, finding solace in their reunion. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.